I come to the third segment of what I want to share with you. Excellence is not a complicated subject. We made it complicated. We like to make things complicated. What I'd like you to do is to think of a craftsman. The craftsman who built the Taj Mahal, the pyramids in Egypt, the Madurai temples. What attributes do you associate with a craftsman? Think about it. The craftsman understood customer needs. The craftsman translated those needs into a design. The craftsman's reputation depended on being the best. And this reputation had to last not just for a few months, a few years, but for generations. His branding depended on that. So he would benchmark. He would benchmark and set goals that were to be the best in class. The desire to be best in class is there in the craftsman. Then you come down to the how part of it. How do I become best in class? How do I get that best in class design? So I look at the various activities I've got to do. Do I have the skills? Do I have the capabilities? And I come up with a plan. I also look around and check, is there a best practice going around that I can follow that'll make it happen? And so I set process goals. But survival of my family depends on making some money also at the end of it. So I do look at certain part of the economics and optimization. And so I set some optimal goal. It's not a perfect goal. It's an optimal goal. In all this, I do my own self-inspection. I'm in self-control. In all this, I engage my left brain and my right brain. Your left brain is logical. Your right brain is creative. Right? When you children were born, were you born with an active left brain or a right brain? Can I hear something? Right brain. You say it because I'm prompting you. You learn to communicate. You learn to grab, you learn to cry, you learn to walk, you do it all in your own way, in a very creative way. Then, unfortunately, your parents send you to school, where it is all left brain. The reward recognition is left brain. And you stop using your right brain. So if you don't play tennis regularly, can you, the day before the finals of Wimbledon, say, I'm going to be there? You need practice. Got it? Pause. What happened to these craftsman-like skills? came industrialization. In industrialization, the goal was quantity. So work that flowed to the customer got divided into silos. These silos took names: purchase, operations, marketing, accounting, commerce, etc. We started working in silos. Our goals were set in silos. Our visiting cards told us we were in which silo. What happened to quality? Quality went down. The craftsman-like quality went down. And with that was born the first cost of poor quality, the inspector. You needed an inspector to inspect mistakes we make. So you legitimized an inspection department. Now there's no alarm system. That's the way we are. That's the way we work. Came the First World War. And people who worked in factories were called to the battlefronts. These people did not come back. The weaponry of those days, the warfare methods of those days, people died. So you were left with empty factories that had to be run by elders who did not go to the battlefront, and they had to run the factories with housewives and children who were in those days not so educated. So the elders did the planning, and the housewives and the children did the doing. What do we call it in today's parlance? Staff and line. Education levels are the same now. Is there a need to have staff and line? The most underemployed asset of an organization is the experience of its line people. They should do their own planning, like the craftsman. I'll go fast forward. Japan adopted many methods and economic aggression in the US. So there was Malcolm Baldrige, Secretary of Commerce, who had to find a counter strategy. What was the essence of this counter strategy? Break the functional barriers, because work flows horizontally across functions to the customer. Customers defining quality, customers the final inspector, customers paying your salary. Work flows horizontally, functions are vertical. So we have to come up with jargon. So we have cross-functional teams and things like this used to overcome these problems. The second is get the line people to do their own planning, which means flatten the organization. No longer does a process have to meander through general manager, assistant general manager, junior general manager, sometimes general manager, very general manager. See a process going like that, accommodating status, accommodating pedigree in organizations. We need to work with processes that are faster, better, cheaper, and different. faster, better, cheaper, and different. And supply chain management will give it to you. That's the whole purpose of seeing things from wing to wing. Now, assume you become wonderful in doing this supply chain management. Have you attained nirvana then? Not yet. Beware. The minute you are good at something, your competition will know it faster than you. And it'll get commoditized. So whatever you were good at has a shelf life that little. The aim is to innovate what you are good at so that you're always running ahead, like a pole vault jumper who keeps trying to raise the bar, challenging himself to perform better and better. With this, I will conclude, and I wish all the students all the luck. I'm sure you're in good hands, and parents, be assured they are in good hands. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those wonderful and inspiring